It's time to forget about time management. Your time isn't what needs to be managed. But believe me, I understand why you might think that. After all, experts have been telling us for decades, you just need to manage your time better, and that's how you'll get it all done. But let me ask you this. Have you ever had a day where you had hours in front of you, but you were just dead tired? You could work, and maybe you should work, but just forget about it. Your brain was just all done. You had plenty of time, but getting anything useful done simply wasn't happening. Or maybe you've had a day where you were sitting down to work. You knew you had a really long to-do list, but you said to yourself, I'm just gonna check my email first. And then you look up at the clock, realize 2 hours have gone by, and your to-do list is still just as long as it was before. We've all had those days, haven't we? Me too. I remember those moments and the frustration that they created. I was beating myself up and saying, I have so much I need to do, and I've been falling down rabbit holes. And then I began to really figure out what was actually happening on those days. And I realized the problem isn't about time. Really, there's absolutely nothing you can do about time. It just rolls forward 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 day into the next. Time can't be managed. It just is. However, there are 5 things you can manage that make an enormous difference in terms of how much you can get done, getting the most important things done, and feeling even more confident, capable, and effective every single day. So, forget about time management, and let me introduce you to the 5 things that can be managed, which I teach in the Freedom Evolution method. Number 1, your priorities. If you don't know what's most important, then you're going to constantly struggle to get things done because you never know what the right things are. In the vision and direction element of the Freedom Evolution method, we talk about setting your vision for the future, getting clear about what specifically you want to create in your life. As the old George Harrison song says, if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. How can you possibly take consistent action and get the right things done if you've never taken the time to define what the right things are? Number 2, your focused decisions. Once you know where you're going, you still need to make decisions each day to do the tasks that will take you there. Specifically there, not every other place. If you think of it like a mouse in a maze, if you haven't clarified that the goal is to get out of the maze, you can spend a heck of a long time just wandering around and revisiting various dead ends. You've got to decide the next steps and be able to stay focused on those actions above all others, rather than getting distracted by every random new idea that might pop into your head, or for sure, by the abundant interruptions that try and pull us away. That's why in the action and execution element of the Freedom Evolution method, we focus on developing your project management systems and your skills at handling what I call the focus foes. Number 3 thing that you can manage is your energy. And glory, this one is so important and doesn't get nearly enough attention. Now, do you remember that example I mentioned before about having hours left in your day, but 0 energy to get your important work done? That's a reality right now for so many exhausted entrepreneurs. That's why all of us need to learn to build our personal energy capacity and discover the time of day that's best for you personally, to get your most intense work done. And no, just getting up earlier in the morning is not the right choice for everyone. There's some amazing research by a sleep scientist named Dr. Michael Bruce, who's been able to highlight that humans fall into 4 different chronotypes. And when we learn about our personal chronotypes, we can discover our power time and start protecting it, which makes getting our most important work done so much easier. That's why, in the energy element of the Freedom Evolution method, we explore how to build your personal energy capacity, how to craft your days to leverage your power time, and how to develop and establish better habits. The fourth thing that you can manage, your information. Because really, it's hard to get things done easily and effectively if you're wasting hours hunting for information in your digital files. Or, perhaps like many exhausted entrepreneurs, you've sent some of that time down the drain recreating work because you couldn't find that previous version. I know I had it somewhere. If your aim is to be even more productive and effective, you need solid digital information systems with clean lines around what information lives in each place. Then you'll never have to spend more than 30 seconds looking for the information that you need. And you guessed it, that's why in the workspace organization element of the Freedom Evolution method, we explore setting up those systems, as well as setting up your physical workspace, and for location-independent entrepreneurs like us, planning your travels to ensure you're maximizing your personal productivity even while you're traveling. Finally, the fifth and last thing that you can manage rather than your time is your presence. Running a business isn't done alone. Whether you're a solo entrepreneur or a freelancer who's working with personal clients, or you're a CEO of a 7 or 8 figure business with a whole team at your back, part of your success is determined by how you show up and are fully present in your work with others. How do you communicate clearly? How do you confidently hire the right people? How do you become a truly kick-ass boss? The answer to all of these questions stems from becoming even more present, feeling clear and aligned in what you say and do so that you can become the visionary CEO, the leader you truly want to be. And you guessed it, that's what we cover in the final collaboration element of the Freedom Evolution method. Because when you're fully present with others, communicating clearly and effectively, inspiring them with your confidence and your leadership, they're magnetically drawn to you. They get excited to be part of your world and want to work even more with you. Whether that's clients and customers who want to do more work with you and refer you to all of their friends, or your team members who feel more connected and loyal to you and are excited about helping deliver this work into the world, it all comes down to your presence in those relationships and in your communication with others. So that's it. 5 things that you can develop specific systems and strategies to manage: your priorities, focused decisions, energy, information, and presence. Now, the question is, what are you going to choose to do with this information now that you have it? You can continue living as a frustrated, exhausted entrepreneur who keeps telling herself, I just need better time management skills. Or you can pitch that vague old idea about time management to the curb and start instead learning how to specifically improve these 5 things that you truly can manage. And join me in becoming a visionary CEO and leader of your business and your life. Now, I know it may feel like a lot to replace that one vague concept of managing your time with these 5 specific items that you can manage. So let's get you started with the simplest, most straightforward one. What are you going to choose to do today? If you aren't in the habit of creating a daily plan, ensuring that it's something that's clear and achievable so that you're creating a lived experience of success, finishing that plan every single day, that's a great place to start. So, to help you get started, grab a copy of the 5-Minute Daily Plan Guide, which will walk you through how to build your daily planning ritual so that you can start taking more consistent, focused action every single day. Now, when you grab the guide, we'll make sure that you also hear about the next time we open the doors for the Freedom Evolution program. Then, you can decide if you're ready to learn about how to build the exact systems you need to manage all 5 of these pieces even more effectively, and step into becoming a truly visionary CEO. If this video has been valuable to you, then please comment below, like, and share it with others. It's time for location-independent entrepreneurs to stop spinning our wheels and feeling exhausted by seemingly failed time management strategies, and start learning how to be even more productive, more effective, and make a bigger impact on the world, all while having more freedom every day. It really is possible, Freedom Lover. So, let's get started.